on my video. And y'all, I came in to talk about the settlement that was reached in the Breonna Taylor case. $12 million for what they did to that poor girl. Now, y'all, I don't want to rehash everything that occurred. We all know what happened. I came in as a mother of a young woman that is around the age that Breonna Taylor was when those police officers burst into her home and shot her to death. As I sat here tonight and listened to all the talk about, that settlement, as a mother, I was sitting here thinking, what if that was my baby? My Amber. That's my daughter's name. Her name is Amber. I thought about that day that Breonna Taylor was murdered. And if that had been my child, Amber, and I got a call that Amber was at home, asleep in bed with her boyfriend, and some police officers burst into her home, guns a-blazing, and when the smoke cleared, my child was dead. I could not rest until they paid for what they did to my baby. And I don't mean monetarily, because I have a sister who lost a child a couple years ago. My nephew was 27 years old, and he died. And the pain that I witnessed my sister go through on a daily basis, thinking about her child that is no longer here. And my nephew didn't die in any type of violent encounter or anything. It's a whole nother story. But that's personal family business that I don't want to go into. I want to talk more about the pain that you experience as a parent when your child dies. So, in Breonna Taylor's case, the facts of the case are horrendous. The way they have tried to vilify not only Breonna, but her boyfriend. It stinks of what's going on in America when it comes to Black people. And again, I'm putting myself in a place of Breonna Taylor's mother, her family, and all of that. Yeah, the money, it's good. But Breonna is not here to enjoy it. It's because her life was taken that her family was paid that amount of money. And when you think about Breonna, as I am thinking about my daughter Amber, I think about the moment that I knew that I was carrying her, that I was pregnant with her, and how happy that I was. I think about as she grew in my stomach and I could feel her moving around. I think about the first time that I felt her kicking and I put her father's hand on my stomach and he laid his head on my stomach and he kissed my stomach because he knew that his seed was growing inside of me. And when he raised his head, there were tears in his eyes because he knew in a few months that he was going to be meeting his daughter. I think about when I was raising her, the first day of kindergarten, how excited she was, how I got up that morning and put a extra cute hairstyle in her head and we picked out her clothes, for her first day of school. I think about her first dance, first little boy that she liked. These are the things that are going through Breonna Taylor's mother's head. I think about when she became a woman, got her little minstrel and sitting down and us talking about it and, telling her, welcome to womanhood. I think about all of those things that Breonna Taylor's mother thought about in the days and weeks after her child was murdered. I think about my daughter graduating from high school, going off to college, the college years. I think about when she graduated. And as I stood there watching her walk across the stage to receive her degree, and then her leaving school and being out in the world, working her little job, living in her apartment, and starting to meet young men and dating and all of that. These are the things that Breonna Taylor's mother thinks about late at night when she's laying in bed and she can't sleep and she's thinking about her baby. And then I think about the price that they put on Breonna Taylor's life, $12 million. For a mother, for a parent, it's not enough. Especially with the way that she died. It's not enough. It's almost an insult to every moment, to every hour, to every week, to every month, to every year that you spent raising that child, trying to get them to adulthood. The ups and downs that you went through, the sacrifices that you made, getting them to adulthood. I don't agree with the way that this case has panned out. It hurt my soul as a mother, all the months and weeks that it took for any movement of any type of justice for Breonna. As a mother, as a parent, I sit here and I watch them explain away and point fingers and accuse her of this and that. But the fact remains, she was at home. She was in her bed. They came to her with violence. And like I said, when the smoke was cleared, Breonna was dead. So for me, $12 million is not enough. I would want the people that murdered my child to do some time. Because I could not spend that money knowing that I got it because my child is no longer here. I would trade every cent of that to have my child back. To watch her grow old, to watch her, get pregnant, get married, get pregnant, have children, and for me to be the grandparent of her children. I would think about all the time that I didn't have with my baby anymore. The talks that a mother and daughter have, the laughs, the spending time with each other now that the child is an adult and you can speak to them, as adults now. Your parenting days are over. This is now almost your friend now that they're adults. Because when children get older, the conversations change. I think about sometimes when my son comes over, this is not the little boy that I raised. This is a man that I can sit at my kitchen table. And I told my son the other day, I said, son, you are a young man that knows a little bit about a lot of things. And he surprises me sometimes with the conversations that we have. I don't know this person that I sit across the table and talk to because the world has begun to shape my child. And he's had experiences that I didn't give him. The world gave him. So when we sit at the kitchen table, me with a cup of coffee and him with one, and we're just talking. I love that. And Breonna Taylor's mother, she's not going to experience that with her child, where her child gets to that age where they can have those talks across a kitchen table. And I hurt for her. And I don't think that what she got was enough, especially since they took her child from her. Hopefully, y'all, this is not the end. Hopefully, this is recognition that what they did to Breonna was wrong, but this case continues. When I heard that the information about the 12 million and I began to watch the broadcast, honestly, y'all, I must say that I didn't finish watching it because I was so angry that I really don't even know what happened after they announced that the family had been awarded $12 million. I couldn't even listen to it. So I don't know if they said that they were going to continue on with the case or not. I didn't listen. I cut that shit off and I was like, you mean to tell me that they're awarding $12 million, but the cops are not going to be brought to justice for what they did? Y'all going to have to put down in the comments whether they said that it was going to continue. The case was going to continue on, because I don't know. I cut it off. When I think about the possibilities that Breonna had in life and all the different roles she could have traveled and, things that she could have experienced, like I said, as a parent, I'm speechless, I would be so hurt as her parents that the $12 million would sit in the bank for a little bit, because I would have another day of coming to terms with, again, that my child is gone. And this money was given to me to replace her. Oh, y'all. It's just not, it's not enough. It's not enough. And I'm going to end this video by saying, I wonder, after the money was awarded and Breonna Taylor's parents, her family, went home and they were in their quiet time and they were thinking about everything that has occurred in the past few months. I wonder how they feel, y'all. I wonder, did Breonna Taylor's mother cry tonight? Was she crying again? Thinking about her child. If it was me and it was my Amber and $12 million was in the bank, but I was sitting at home, lost in those memories, all the memories that I spoke about earlier in this video: kindergarten, high school, college, apartments, discussions about young men and, her dating and her job. I would be so full of turmoil in my heart. Appreciative that they recognize that what they did were wrong. And the $12 million represents that, but still wanting justice for my child's murder. And justice for me would be those cops in jail for life or dead through the death penalty. An eye for an eye, a death for a death. That's how I would feel as a parent. Let me know down in the comments what you feel about the settlement. Let me know down in the comments, would it be enough for you? Or would you want those officers to still go to trial, for them to do some jail time? And do you believe that if they took a life, then they should be in the same position fighting for their lives through the courts saying death penalty? Leave it down in the comments. I gotta get out of here, y'all. I can't even talk about this anymore. As always, thanks for watching my video. Y'all stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.